Now, fresh from a June capital raise, payment processor Novatti Group has released its full year third in a row of rising revenues. CEO Peter Cook joins us live now. Hi, Peter, welcome to the program. Can you just start by taking us through the highlights of the result?
Yes, very strong year for revenue growth. We're up 33% to just under 12 million, $11.86 million. Most importantly, we've achieved an average revenue increase of 50% per year across the last 3 years. And then within that, our core processing revenue up about 60% to 6.5 million. And in fact, our total processing volume about $2 billion.
Peter, let's talk through what's happened over the past 6 months or so. We've seen a big switch to digital payments. Cash is being left in the drawer or put in the bank. How much has that benefited the company?
Yes, we used to say, when did you last use a cheque? Now it might be, when did you last pay in cash? We've seen a strong uptake in a number of areas. Traditional cross-border transactions have essentially always been digital. However, a lot of the new payments, both in-store and online, are increasingly digital. There's been some drop in some segments in store because there's less tourists and less international visitors. Online transaction growth growing strongly.
Peter, you mentioned the cross-border payments part of your business. How's that performed over the past 6 months? And has there been any impact on your China payments platform?
So cross-border payments for the month of April, when we first all got hit by COVID, a drop in consumer payments back to family members in, India or China or wherever, as I think people were concerned about their own pay packets. That picked up again in May and June. In terms of China payments, the in-store payments through some of our partners dropped, as we've seen less tourists and visitors. Our online payments through our business, ChinaPayments.com, which is really about bill payments, has grown very strongly.
Peter, when it comes to your balance sheet, you've beefed that up over the last little bit. What do you plan to go and use with that strength moving forward?
Yeah, so we did a raise at the end of June, which well affected in early July. Essentially, we had about 2 million of cash. Raised $10 million, so we've got about $12 million. That is absolutely around growth funds. We were close to break even in the last quarter of financial year 20. So really the funds we've raised are about driving growth, both organic and inorganic.
And you're developing a Neobank offering, I understand. Can you just run us through your plans and whether you're planning on targeting business to business directly, or whether you're also going to go after that retail consumer market?
Right. So for the Neobank, we were close to being awarded our license. APRA have essentially created a delay until March of 2021. Our business proposition for the Neobank is around cross-border payments for consumers, businesses and trade finance. So very much about borderless banking and migrant services banking. So very much a new sort of offering for the Australian marketplace, and really goes to add to a lot of the business streams we have at the moment and a lot of our overseas partners.
Peter, when it came to that restricted banking license, I believe it's going to be early next calendar year that you'll get some insight. If you were granted that license, what would it mean for the company?
I think it would, for a number of our investors, this is one reason why they want to be in the company. They want to see this growth. It really gives us surety for a number of our services. And I think for overseas people that are dealing with a financial services company, having a bank license gives you that real trust factor that just accelerates any other governance understanding they have of you.
Now, I understand during FY20 you also became a Visa card issuer. How important was that partnership for the business last financial year, and how's it going to benefit you in the year ahead?
Yeah, thank you. So we were awarded the license from Visa in September after a pretty extensive review of our finances and governance and capabilities. We've really spent a number of months building technology in our management team and our processes to be able to, satisfactorily leverage it. The license allows us to run our own Visa card issuing, which we're doing, and we have some great programs of that. Also to run some white label programs where others can issue cards through us, and then also what's called BIN sponsorship, where a number of international and even large Australian companies are using us for what's called BIN sponsorship. An example of that is a large US processor called Marqeta that is a BIN sponsorship partner of ours in Australia. And so essentially from that license, we'll leverage a lot of long-term revenue streams.
Peter Cook, Chief Executive at Novatti Group, thank you so much for joining us on the program today. Enjoy your afternoon.
Thank you, Auzbiz.